Advice to Filipinas about dating a Western guy. In part one of this series, I talked to you about the expense that a Western guy is going to go through in order to come to the Philippines to visit you. And it ain't cheap, okay? In the comments, I had an interesting question from one of our subscribers that asked me, well, what does it mean ATM? You know, how is she an ATM, a walking ATM? And so some of that comes from the difference in the way Filipinos use English and the way Americans use English, or British people, UK, they use a little different, Australia also. But it's a figure of speech. So walking ATM means that somebody that you can always be getting money from. That's really what it means. So it doesn't mean that she asked me to give her my ATM card. That wouldn't happen anyway, but that's the idea. So it's just a figure of speech. It just means that and you'll hear us guys talk about it on the channel. We're not ATM machines. We'll say those kinds of things. We're not a walking ATM. That's what that's about. In this episode, though, I wanted to focus on long-distance relationships. And so let's say you meet a guy online and you like him. He's a nice guy. So the first thing that's going to happen after he's been chatting with you for a while online is he's going to come to the Philippines to visit you. And in part one, I talked about just how much that costs. And let's assume that he comes to the Philippines and he visits with you and everything's pretty cool. I mean, he really likes you. He likes you. You like him. Then at the end of that 2 weeks, he's going to go back to the States or wherever he's from. But he's going to go back. And then, remember, I talked about how long it takes to save the money to make the trip. So expect it to take quite a few months before he's going to be able to raise the money to make a second trip and come back to see you. Generally speaking, that first 2 week period is just an introduction, and he's not going to be falling madly in love with you. Maybe he will, I don't know. But I would suspect he's not going to fall madly in love with you in the first 2 weeks. And it's going to be that second period of chatting online after the initial visit that he is going to really start to consider whether or not you are the one. Are you the girl for him? Are you the woman that he wants to marry and bring back to his home country? That kind of stuff. Generally, that's the case for younger guys. A lot of us older guys are thinking about retiring in the Philippines, and we're thinking about, well, we'll go to the Philippines and stay with you there. But either way, the guy is at that second stage is probably thinking about, are you the kind of woman that would make a good wife? That's really what he's thinking about. So it's really that second stage that the real romance is beginning, okay? And I'm looking at some notes here that I took. So then the guy's going to return for his second trip. Now you two are familiar with each other. You've already spent a couple of weeks together. The guy saved up another lot of money, you know, and he's booked his second trip and he's coming back to see you again. He may propose to you, or he may not. You know, it's hard to tell. But then it's going to be another 2 weeks, and the guy's going to fly back to where he's from. And that process may repeat several times as the two of you are getting to know each other and he's becoming more and more comfortable with you. So at that point, let's assume that it's a younger guy and he wants to bring you back to his home country. Then he's going to begin that process of immigration, which costs a good deal of money also, probably another 150,000 pesos worth of money to be able to get you to immigrate to his home country. And or like I said, if he's an older guy, he may want to retire in the Philippines. But either way, it's going to cost a good deal of money, and it's going to take some time. So it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, there's no way for a long distance relationship like that to happen. It may take 2 years. It may take even longer. So be patient. If you really love him and he really loves you, it will work out. But it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. So anyway, please like and share this video, guys. I appreciate it. Don't forget that bell icon. Click on it to subscribe or, to turn on notifications so you get notified of new videos and stuff. Up there, my ugly mug, click on it, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you join me. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.